This is the Negro Ninja, and I'm going to use The Last of Us 2 to not only prove that when a rainbow zombie gets an inch, they want everything, but also illustrate the ways they try to rob the straight people, and particularly the straight man, okay, of their being. Okay, The Last of Us have always been known to get people in their feelings, their emotions. People like to talk about how the first game made them feel, and that's one of the main reasons why the first game is overrated. It's just a mediocre game, to be honest with you. It's not as good as Uncharted 2. It doesn't hold a candle to Resident Evil 6. Okay, so that right there allows people to be more invested into it, than they should be, to the point where they don't even want to, admit that it's not as well made as a typical Naughty Dog game. That's how it gets you that's why the devil like to come at people's emotions. That's why he like to use music and stuff, and entertainment in general. But the music in particular and the entertainment is what gets you. Okay, just tugging on your heartstrings, playing with your feelings like a violin. Okay, and you know, it's just to the point where lots of games are even trying to copy The Last of Us. It's very irritating. Okay, they know that makes sales. Okay, and also notice that how when people do the dumbest things, they're in the emotional mindset. I mean, yeah, mind state. People that kills their ex or whatever, they don't do it because they hate them. Okay, it'd be a passion killing, aka the nigga just emotional. Okay, this whole let this nigga smash that had no business smashing all because he knew how to get into her feelings. And she just made the worst mistake. Now she's pregnant when she should have left that nigga alone. Why are you entertaining a dumb nigga like that? Okay. And he's much like a rainbow zombie himself. People try to infiltrate people like how these sleaze bags try to infiltrate these hoes. Bitches are the word, and the word is a bitch. Okay. And that's how they're trying to get to you. Okay. So everybody's emotionally invested into The Last of Us. Okay. And like I said, it's overrated to me. Okay, I like the first game, but it's overrated. Okay, Resident Evil 6 kills it. Okay. So continuing. They trying to slip some Rainbow Zombie into the first game. A Rainbow Zombie stuff into the first game a little bit. Okay. Now let's talk about Ellie real quick. Okay. Everybody loves Ellie. They love her personality and her little sarcastic remarks and jokes. Okay. Ellie's a young 14-year-old girl. Okay. 14-year-old woman that Joel was looking after the whole game. They got this father daughter type relationship. Okay. And on top of that, there's a lot of other little stuff they got, and just the dynamics between the two represents man and woman in general. Okay. Very rocky start, that symbolizes what men and women are going through right now. They at war with each other, right now. And it's like how I always say, women are going to see, their flaws during the apocalypse. Last of Us takes place during these times. Zombie games in general are more or less, you know, about sexuality. The straight person is the one you're controlling. You're the one trying to escape the outbreak. While you're surrounded by a lot of zombies. Okay, hence rainbow zombies. They act the same exact way. They brainless and they want one thing, they want you. Okay. They want your life. They want your essence. Okay. So Joel and Ellie have this heterosexual relationship. Okay. It's father and daughter plus the other stuff that goes along with a man being around a woman. And this is probably why a lot of people find this kind of creepy. And I think that a lot of people that say it's creepy is just a rainbow zombie anyway. Hey, look at this old man with this young girl. Okay. Like I said, they didn't do nothing sexual in there. He was protecting her. Okay, and like I said, the dynamics is the same as just with a man and a chick anyway. Okay, first Joel didn't want her to do nothing. He was just kind of, babysitting her or whatever. And she was like, "It would be easier if you gave me a gun And he was like, shut up. Okay. But he was forced to basically eat his own words because he was about to die and she shot a nigga to save him from drowning. Okay. And then he said, you know what, you proved yourself. Okay, now that's deep right there because I always say a woman should prove herself. Now, what make this funny is Joel had the mindset of just a typical dude in this scenario, like your average dude figure, oh man, I should be doing everything for the chick. Chick can't do nothing. They low key think of chick can't do nothing or shouldn't do nothing. That's how Joel more or less was either thinking or somewhat acting. But she proved that she's a helpmate by helping him, take care of that enemy that tried to drown him. And when Ellie gets the gun, the game becomes much better because she kills the enemies for you. Okay, then she's always telling you when somebody's about to creep up on you, Joe, watch out, to the left. And she does it in a way that doesn't draw attention, okay, just to let you know, like a real woman should be. Okay, so the game is very heterosexual on a lot of levels. Okay, the first game, okay, Joel even goes out of his way to save Ellie and even makes selfish decisions. Okay, much like how men would do from time to time with these hoes. Okay, but here's where they slipped the Rainbow Zombiness into the first game. Ellie is reading a male Rainbow Zombie magazine. Joel was like, where you get that from? And she tossed it out though, but the point is they still slid something in there thinking I was gonna catch it. Okay. Then fast forward to the DLC of The Last of Us. Turns out that Ellie is a DLC. Now you cannot tell me that Ellie was a Rainbow Zombie in that first game. You know that they made her that because they was gauging off of who is possibly one of the most popular characters. Okay. They weren't gonna make Joel a Rainbow Zombie because they figured that's too much. They know nobody was gonna buy that. Like, nah, we ain't buying that. After that, I can't believe that Joel was a Rainbow Zombie. But Ellie, they just figure, oh well, Ellie's just a little girl. Just like how they try to introduce it to you in real life by showing you some girls that's a Rainbow Zombie, and people don't think nothing of it, and they didn't. And they'll say, well, her sexuality was no problem. You know why you say that? Because you already liked her. You was already emotionally invested, and you just too lazy to not be. You too lazy to throw away them emotions. That's what that is, and that's how they try to. That's how they get a lot of niggas. Okay, but for the most part, people just allowed it. They didn't really make to my knowledge, they didn't really make a big deal out of it. Okay, so Naughty Dog is like, you know what? It went over well. Okay, they got carried away. Now I'm not finna say it was Naughty Dog per se because I know that people was kind of leaving and going, but whoever they got running that type of junk now is the one that I'm talking about. Whoever wrote that mess is clearly Rainbow Zombie. I don't know what they was thinking with this Last of Us Part Two, other than some Rainbow Zombie stuff. They ain't got no sense. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. They getting cocky. Okay, they getting cocky. So Last of Us 2 pretty much undoes everything that The Last of Us 1 has done. No, continuing between the relationship between Ellie and Joel. Everybody thought their relationship was very interesting, and you figured there's a lot to expand upon, but that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay, because The Last of Us 2 introduces a transformer. And at first we thought it was Ellie. They think they slick to try to make it look a little familiar. Everybody's like, is that Ellie? Ellie got buff. She kind of rugged now. Like, what the heck is going on? She masculine now. What the heck? We all thought it was Ellie at first. Okay, that's what they were showing you in the teasers and stuff like that. Then as time goes by, they tell you who the chick is or whatever. Apparently her name is Abby. But Ellie's still in the game, and Ellie looked the same way she did in that first game, but just a little older. Okay. Then on top of that, in recent memory, since I just saw recent trailers, it starts off by asking a Rainbow Zombie girl asking Ellie, "So, what did you think of our kiss last night?" I'm like, hold up, that's how they start the trailer. I'm like, what the heck type of junk is this? Now it's funny because the person that was in charge of all this type of stuff say it's all about the message. Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's always about a message with you people. Okay, well, things. Okay, it's always a message with them. Okay, and apparently that transformer that they introduced in the first gameplay footage ends up killing Joel in this part two of Last of Us. Okay, so Ellie walks into a room and sees that this transformer is beating Joel to a bloody pulp with a golf club. I don't know what the golf club symbolizes. I know it symbolizes something. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna reveal it, but I caught it. Okay, doom, doom, doom. Maybe it could represent, fake masculinity. I don't know what it represents, but it represents something. Ellie was telling the bitch to stop. Okay, she was about to do something to her, but five niggas hemmed her up. Okay, so Ellie has to watch Joel get beaten to death in horror by a fake man. Okay, so as she is watching in horror as Joel is getting bludgeoned to death, or however you say that word, a dude walks up to the transformer and says, "Finish it." Okay, and the transformer looks at Ellie. They looking at each other. She's like, "No, don't do it." And she's just like, and just basically kills him. Okay, and then the dude that told that thing to finish Joel walked up to the corpse and spit on it. I was like, and I'm watching this as it's happening. I'm not really, you know, I'm thinking about it, but I wasn't getting that deep with it. But I still caught all that. I'm like, okay, this is before I started to analyze. I'm like, I already see what y'all doing. Okay, they defiled the body. Okay, that scene was very heavy. I ain't appreciate that scene. Okay, all the stuff that Joel went through in that first game, all these monsters that he killing, he get done in by a transformer. That don't make any sense. Okay, all these big niggas he beat up in the first game. Like Joel has hands in the first game. And a rainbow zombie transformer did him in? That's saying too much without even trying to analyze it. Okay. And a dude spits on him. I'm like, this is so Rainbow Zombie. They defiled the man's body in front of a woman that looked up to him as a kid, but technically she ain't a kid because she was 14 with a period. But anyway, yeah, I said it, nigga. Nigga, I said it. So that was a woman when they were introduced. Let's keep it real. But she was a teenager, so that represents her being younger, and as she's older, she's seeing a dude that she always looked up to and respected just get done in and defiled just in front of her while she held down to the floor. That's low key on some buck breaking stuff right there. And you can't recognize Job no more. He got blood all over his face. He's just look horrible. And he's just not there no more. Okay, and that represents how they try to rob a man of his masculinity. Okay. And apparently they make you play as that girl or whatever the heck it is, that transformer thing, and kill Job. Okay, and it also just shows you the hatred that they have for men. Rainbow Zombies really despise straight men. Now it's funny because as I was discovering all these leaks, people was telling me what was going on. I was like, Joel get killed by this. I said, for real? What the heck? And I go and look for this type of stuff and I find it. Then it was telling me that all the enemies in the game of Last of Us 2 is going to be Christian heterosexual males, and they call them rainbow zombie phobic. And of course they all doing it in quotations. These are people that's angry at these changes, and apparently the people working on this game were so mad that they not only leaked it, but a lot of them quit. They had to quit. And I was very relieved. I'm like, dang, I didn't know it was that many straight people still alive. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so it's just mind boggling. I'm happy to see that people are angry at this stuff. Okay, the person that leaked the game was like, are you going to pay $60 for this? Whoever leaked this game was my boy. I appreciate that. You saved everybody $60. This whole scenario is also illustrating to you that there are some decent people around. You just don't see it in your immediate area. My YouTube is proof of this. So anyway, that whole scene of that transformer killing Job is also showing you that they see every straight man as the enemy, every Christian man as the enemy, every godly man as the enemy. So let's just summarize that to just godly men. Okay. That they see as the enemy. They say there's no female enemies in that game. Okay. And they all like, oh, it's just feministic and all this type of stuff. But once again, feminism, whatever you want to call them niggas, okay, them rainbow zombies, they all the same. It all is the same. They all is a network designed to do the devil's work. And that scene is just showing you the hatred that they have for you. Okay, that thing was relentless, just doom, 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 doom. It was just that was just horrible, man. That was true horror right there. Ellie watched as she was helpless. She was arrested, which is ironic because she was a rainbow zombie and she was being arrested by other rainbow zombies, bind it down, couldn't even do nothing while they killed off the masculinity in front of her. And that whole game right there is basically a message that's like more or less like a threat to people that are heterosexual. They think they're slick. They are telling you what they will do if they can do it, and that's a fact. I'm trying to tell people, and people want to try to make it seem like I just be making this stuff up. Oh man, don't nobody be messing with me like that. I don't know why they mess with you so much. They don't mess with you because you was a rainbow zombie. You're an undercover nigga trying to discredit niggas. Yep, but after all that, they let Joel get done in by a fake man. Okay, and this is also illustrating you how they're trying to rob you anyway. Like I said, everybody was emotionally invested in that first game. We wanted to see how the relationship between Joel and Ellie was going to blossom. No conclusion. Then they're gonna make you play as that transformer for the remainder of that game. Right after that, that's just dirty. Okay, they very shameless with how they just put it in your face like that. They very desperate and pathetic with it. Okay, and that's how they try to rob them. That's how they try to rob straightness. All that build up. Okay, using the chick to build that type of stuff up, and then just try to snatch it up from up under you. Okay, they basically saying that there's no conclusion, just death, nigga. That's what they saying. But like I said, I'm very surprised at how many people are outraged by it, though. Hopefully the game doesn't sell. Okay, hopefully the game doesn't sell. And with that type of movement, the company should fall for that type of junk. That's just blatantly disrespectful. All right, and that's all I got to say for this message. And this has been the Negro Ninja bringing you your Negro message for today. Negro out.